Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a program to assess the similarity of musical tunes, and we've been working on the UI lately, the user interface. I'm trying to get it to look more like a stacked kind of pipeline and make our code reflect that as well. So we've been working on the looks of it for now, and we'll kind of mix both things today. All right, I did a little work offline yesterday. Let's see if I can bring that up. Okay. Let's see. We'd been doing display icons and names. I did the one for Parsons Code View and reorganized the color assets a little bit, adding some contrast colors, updated the icon to the darker blue we switched to, or darker blue-green, and I created a pipeline button style, but I'm a little skeptical about it. Let me run the app and kind of get our starting point here. Okay, so I used this dark green color as sort of the default text thing, and then every color has a contrasting color as basically there's a color and color dot, or dot color and dot contrast. And so the light colors have the dark green, and the green one uses the light sand color. The funny thing here is this generate report button. I set a style on it, which is bordered prominent, I think, and I can't. It looks to me like this green. Actually, I tested it, and this green is not the same as this green, so I'm not sure where this one's from, because the accent color is now this one, and this text looks more white to me than sand. That may be my eyes. It's hard to tell sometimes when you get contrasting colors. All right, now watch when I click the button. You get just kind of a little flash. I can click it at the bottom of the button or the top of the button. All right. Now this button has a style bordered prominent. If I use my own custom style, which I called pipeline button style, let's run it with that. And notice here that the preview doesn't show the bordered prominent style. It just shows a white box with a black text. All right, this one, I think that looks better. I'm not quite sure I like the pink text. But notice when I click, if I click up here, I flash the button. If I click down here, there's no action on the button. But if I click outside of it, just north of it, but still in my view, but if I go just outside it, it's not. So it's almost like the button active area is not the same. And if I look at pipeline button style, I made a new class for that. So you can see we take pipeline.color, name.color, like transformation or text input, and then .contrast. We take basically make body, you give it a configuration and adjust it. So I'm saying the label, make the font weight bold, add padding, add foreground color, background color, and a corner radius. Now, if I take all these off, I'm not quite sure that's a legit. Okay, I return the label? I guess that's good enough. So I'm just returning the label as is, so I don't get the foreground background. But notice the clicking behavior. Well, it's even gone. Okay, it's a little weird to me. Background. I'm going to add the padding back in. Oh, I don't specify foreground and background, so you can't see any flicker. Let's do background. Okay, now you can't see the foreground, but if I click down here, nothing. Well, up here it's active, up here it's active. It's like I'm doing as little as possible, and it's still not right. So I think I've found two bugs in the Apple stuff then. One is when you do this with a custom configuration, it appears the click area is off center, and the other is when you're in the view doing a preview. Let's go back. It doesn't look right. Okay, let's see. I guess I need to do a build. That's back to normal. Let's put this. Well, that preview, that one looks okay. It's so weird. Okay. And let's go back to border jump prominent. So default, and I mean they don't look that different to me. Well, no, they do. This one's not bold and green, so I don't know what's going on. I'm going to leave it this border prominent for now. It's not the biggest problem we have. Let's make sure tests run. Excuse me. Okay. All right. Okay. Good. All right. Now, next thing on the list, our starting point for today. I had the notion that the top and the bottom of my pipeline, I'd like them to kind of be rounded. So no corner here or here. And if this is really going to be the bottom, same thing. I'm going to change things around on that, but we can start with this one. And what I found is you can do a trim, that tells how far up to go on it, and then you can flip it, and then you'll get the basically top half of the bun. If you take off the rotation, you'll get the bottom half. All right, so let's use that. And this is the source view, which in our case is a text input view. Okay. His shape is rounded rectangle. So I'm going to change that shape to a capsule. And I guess the frame height we can keep. All right, let's see the preview. Well, foreground color we like, except for one slight problem here. I don't know if I take this frame height off if he just does what I want. No, he does not. Okay, well, if this slid up in that, I'd be moderately happy. But I can also, let's see, let's take that off. Let's keep this thing. Let's just add these. Add these. Oops. No trim. Maybe this has to come last. Well, it's a little better space-wise, but he's still taking up the whole space. Okay, I don't want to spend long on this. What can I do? Let's see if there's options on rounded rectangle. Maybe I'm just need to give it more values or something. Corner radius, rounded corner style, corner size. Okay. Let's do. Yeah, they don't give me a lot of options there, do they? Rectangle, rounded corner style. Circular or continuous. Yeah, that's not enough. All right, let's try. I'm going to try creating. Let's make this a V-stack. And let's put. See if we do that. Should look the same, right? Okay, and then I'm going to add a rectangle. I think we can move this down. And what's that little gray strip? Huh. H-stack. I don't know if I can. How do I make a transparent? Oh, let's take a look on the real one. Too many things I don't trust. Okay. Let's see. Well, maybe I can give this a background. Pipeline source dot color. Well, that's kind of half good. Let's see what's doing what here. Again, I want to run because I just don't trust. All right, what is going on? It's too weird. How are you? I don't know what's running. My preview is not. Okay, now. What the heck? All right, I'm going to revert this. Well, let me keep these two lines. Oh, I don't need this. I don't need any of this. Oh no, that's on the top one. Um, all right, I'm reverting this. Okay, that much works. All right, now if I do dot trim 0 to 0.5. Oh, from 0. Okay, so now I'm going to try this Z stack. No, it really should be a V stack. Okay, that should be fine. Now if I put a rectangle in, okay, and this is dot background color pipeline source dot color, and then the rectangle's black. See, that's just too big. I don't understand. Now it's back to a rectangle. Okay, when I run, okay. Really, I want this to be transparent. I don't know if do I have a color? Red, blue, green opacity. Okay. Okay, that's a little weird. Let's run and see. Oh, I guess I'm going the wrong way, huh? Okay. Now, okay, so my controls show through. Ugh. This thing, VStack, his problem is the gray area is the bottom half of the rounded rectangle that we've trimmed off view. There's a way to intersect it. Um, But what I want to do is I don't know. No, this is a dead end. I did this because it was easy, and it's not easy. Right. Okay. It's not super critical. Let me put it in the to-do. We'll just leave it as I really need to just trim it. Yeah, I don't know how to get half a thing. All right. Okay, so what I want to do. Well, I have a couple of things. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird start there. Let's go here. So the deal with text input view, and I don't know if that's, I don't know where that's going to go, but text input view, when you input something, it doesn't do anything. Okay, and somehow I want a pipeline to be. I want it to be able to say like, what's your output or inputs and outputs, and a source should be producing something, so it should have some outputs, and the output should be the consequence. The pipeline stage should know what to do, right? So I think if it sees a change in the text, well, either when it's told to or by on its own recognizance. I'm not sure I want to run through the whole thing every time somebody types a letter in there, but when somebody asks it to, it should do its thing. And right now, all that stuff is done in the Parsons code view. Okay, so this method here, it creates a parser, it does fine tunes, it gets a list of tunes, and then it does some local stuff to check the quantization, and it decides whether it quantizes, and then it runs the report using the quantized map, and it captures the errors. Like, it's doing everything, and I don't think it should. I think it should just be responsible for generating a report, and then its output is the report and maybe the title, and the sync should be drawing that. Okay. So like I want this to be part of that first stage, and I want this to sort of be outside of this thing's control. I want somebody else to display the output, and instead he displays it. Okay, yeah, text verbatim output. This whole scroll view reader thing, this is the scroll view for the insight, for the results. That I want to split. Okay, so I guess my step is I'm going to try and make the scroll view a separate thing. Okay, so I'm going to create an output stage, and I think it's basically, well, let's call it text output view. That's reasonable enough. New file. Okay, and he's going to start out the same as this thing, but he's going to cut away a lot of that. Okay, so import Swift UI, and this is text output view. Text output view, we won't need quantizer. We don't need input, we don't need any of this stuff. We just want output and errors. Okay, and then the view, well, this thing has no button. So it has no style. Okay. We need that. Parsons code. I think this is going to be view. I had a note here. What did I want? Arrow down dock or printer? I think maybe printer. Oh, the other one was doc.text.magnifying glass, which kind of conveys viewing a document. All right, so that's our icon. And then we have this. Well, for now, that's okay. On up here, scroll view proxy. Yes, that part's true. Pipeline, this is not analysis. It is, I think it's sync. All right, let's give it a preview. We don't need input, any of that stuff. Okay. I think to build. Text output view. Oh, let's stop that. Do a build. I would have thought he should offer. There we go. That's a reasonable icon. H-stack, V-stack. I don't know if I can. I think it. Yeah, it's horizontal alignment. It's always backwards to get that. Can the Z-stack do it? Top. So I don't get this. I don't think that's doing anything. Okay, well, it's somewhat like the one in this. And now if I put content view, let's add text output view. Output is $output. Errors is $errors. Okay, so we get that output view. Let's run. We should see it. Okay, and then I think I'm going to put this title up here in the same line as this. And maybe this thing is supposed to produce a title and a body. Okay, let's peel this stuff. Oh, let's do one and then make sure it works. Sorry, X1, T colon title, key of G, CBA. Okay, so it works content-wise. I don't know if I like. Maybe I gotta reorganize my colors a bit. Okay, I think I want this to be light on dark, not light on. Sorry, dark on light, not light on dark. Okay, and I wonder if I can put padding inside the text area. All right, but I think that sort of showed me these things are going to work regardless. So Parsons Code View does not need this anymore. And I don't think he needs this. I don't think he needs that. And, well, I'm not sure what controls his height. Okay, so I took out too many spacers. That one maybe. Oh, okay. That's kind of what I want, but I want his height to be substantially less. Let's see, V-stack, Z-stack. That's pretty plausible. All right, now this, he's doing all this stuff. He generates output. He's got the parser, so he generates the errors. All right. Let's run it. So I think what we're saying we're doing is split parsons code view or split text output view off of parsons code view. Okay. Right. I think this title can go up in here. And I want to experiment. Let's, oh, it's a bit washed out. All right, let's make this sand color. Oh, let's see our catalog. Man, we have another light color. I think that's our sink. Oh no, here's our source. Source. Oh, I gotta read the colors. Okay. Analysis is the pink. Other is kind of a weird pink. Sink. Source. Transformation. Okay. I want to make. Let's adjust these. Okay, and now sync.contrast. No. Transformation. We'll give this to transformation. Okay, that should affect our output view. It should be tan now with green text. Okay, and I want this up top. Okay, so we got an H-stack vertical icon. Okay, the rounded rectangle is the whole thing. This stack is that row. Okay, so version 1, I can do this. Put the parsons code there, followed by spacing. Spacer. Okay. I really want that centered, so we'll get back to that. Okay. And now I don't need this. H-stack goes to there. I don't need that stack at all. I'm just going to have the text. Okay. Let's run it, make sure that's reasonable. Okay, that I don't like yet, but all right. X1, T this, test, key of E, A, B, C, C, and report. Okay, you are centered. Let's do no scaling. Um, He's no longer centered. I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but all right. I mean, that's looking like I want it to look. It didn't jump. It didn't move the scroll bar like I thought it would. On up here. Oh, where's top? He's not in the scroll view. Okay, that's better. And then I want to force the text. I guess the real trust is my small one. Okay, that doesn't appear to do anything. All right, I'm not going to fuss too much. I'm more worried about the splitting I'm doing. Okay, and then I want to deal with this title. I really think this should be another field. And let's add it. Hey, Eric, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Welcome. All right. We're working on a program to compare tunes. So the idea is you feed in a tune. We have this notation ABC. It's kind of a standard notation for some music tools, and it's got the notes of a tune, and then you're going to compare them and run this report. And I'm not quite getting this scrolling right yet, but the report basically gives you the shape of the melody. It just tells you ups and downs. So that's the RRDU is repeat, down, up. But what I see is this is, I think, 39 versions of No Scaling, which is Deck the Halls. And I can see these two versions are basically the same. This one, these two are kind of the same. They start out like each other. They look more like the middle piece here. that's similar, some more similars, way different. Okay, way different, very different indeed. you know, but we get these variations, and we can tell how close they are. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to turn this. This was just a big block of output things or inputs and out controls, and I'm trying to turn it more of a pipeline. Um, at this point, it's more of a view of a pipeline with the pipeline not really existing, but I want to migrate towards a real pipeline. And I'm doing some tweaking. I want to make, I want to do it for this and these two. I want this to center vertically in the section here. And I think to do that, well, the first step I was going to do is make the title part of the output for this thing. So I want the content view. Right now he has the output, but he doesn't have a title. So let's add a title. Okay, and then this thing should get that, I guess, right here. And then we need to get down to this, and he needs to know the binding. Okay, and then when he produces the output, he should also fill in the title, which is really just Parsons code. Okay. Then we want that coming to here, so he'll need the title. And then he's going to use that title. And back here we got to pass it in. Okay, I think that should build. Nope. Oh yeah. Previews needed. Okay. Oops. Okay, can I build? Not Swift or sound? Okay, well, DDD stuff. Oh, so this is if it's let's see, gotta get back to it. So this is the Deck the Halls song. So deck the halls with boughs of holly. The first note is down, then it goes down, then it goes down, then it goes down, then it stays the same, and then goes up. So deck the halls with boughs of holly. However that goes. And then I think this is your fa la 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 la. Goes down, 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 down. So yeah, these pieces. So the benefit with this is if I have a version that doesn't go down, it goes down, but it goes down by a different interval, a different distance down, it still might have the same graph. So you could kind of say it's sort of the same, even though it's not note for note the same. It just kind of has the same shape, which is worth knowing, when you compare it to some of these that are very different. So I want to get some sound on this at some point, but it's really more of an analytic tool, so that's kind of optional. But anyway, so I'm going to put the repeat. I should get report text or something like that here. report title, yeah. Okay. And let's run it. Let's see the difference. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing there until I generate report, and then I get one. Okay, that piece is good. All right. So the goal long term is I want to have a bunch of tools on the side, and you can drag them over that might do transformations or whatever piece they're going to do. This is an annoying bug in. Okay, I'm going to have to do some color fixes on that. Anyway, okay, so I have the pieces. I want to get this thing centered before we move on, and then I'm going to start breaking up the kind of the work stuff, kind of model view kind of split, really make more of a model of the pipeline. Okay, so the centering, I think what I'm going to do is make a little V stack there instead of an H stack. Okay, so I got a V stack. This is the horizontal. I'm going to make this a Z stack. And this is horizontal, vertical icon. And then this one's horizontal, the text. It's going to have a spacer in front. I'm centering it. Spacer in front, text, and that. Okay. Wish that would keep up. Okay, well that's promising. Okay, this thing should have a spacer. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a personal project. I've got someone who's, well, I didn't create this list of 39 versions of no scaling of Deck the Halls. I'm working with somebody who did, and she is into the very old time music. I mean, she'll go dig up medieval manuscripts online and pull out the tunes and so on. So she's doing these music analytic things, and I'm trying to create a structure that'll let her do that stuff in the form of a Mac app. And since I'm kind of learning / using Swift, I mean, I've done some good-sized personal projects on it, but nothing sold. But this is something directly useful to her, so it's kind of in that path. And she has at least 3 analyses I know she wants. The Parsons Code was the first one. The second one, I don't know if this picture even is going to make sense. But, the idea is you're making a graph of things. So the first note of the song, here's all the different notes that people picked, you know, higher or lower. The second note of the song and all that. So you're kind of seeing the variations, how do they vary in the song. So, and then the third one I know we want is just some these you have some of these are metadata kind of things. So I don't see any origins here, but there's one that's for origin, and it'll tell you like UK, Devonshire, South Street, whatever, you know, it'll be a little hierarchy of the name. There's variations in the name. So it'd be interesting to see, what do people call this? I don't even know enough Welsh to begin to guess here. But this one calls it Rewin or Revun. This is Air 7th. This is Nos Galen. There's some Nos Kalens. There's all kinds of variations. Surprising how few are called Nos Galen, since that's the name of the tune. But there's a lot of names. People reuse tunes for the words and stuff. So yeah. All right. So the centering, let's make sure that looks good on the real one. Okay, I think so. I want to it's kind of a long-term project. I don't know what I'm on, episode 38 or something, so kind of times 2 or so hours, So 80 hours of work so far, maybe 100, but not much more than that. I imagine it's about the same to get the next couple analyses and get things working, but I'm just learning with it. Practice my refactoring and my testing and my Swift and all that good stuff. So where's that text output view? So the deal is I like what's going on here. This thing could be its own structure. And so I'm trying to do that to make take advantage of the duplication, that I want lots of things to have an icon on the left and a centered something. So we should be able to extract this, make a method. Well, actually, I can make a new class. This is struct top row, top line. It's a view. And the body is that stuff. And I think I'm going to have you give me init. You're going to give me a name of string, icon name of string. I'll put that in an icon. I need a component of view. Let's control center of view. Okay, and I need to store these things. Okay, this is name. This is icon name. And this is the view. Okay. Any view cannot conform to view. Can I not do it this way? Use the protocol view as a type must be written with any view. Okay. Same here. Okay. Oof. How do I... Seems so promising. I have an earlier app. Let's take a look. I don't know if I did any of these, but where is everything? I want this one. I guess we're going to look for var body. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything that looks the same as this. Let's look at HStack. Whatever. So he's got to contain something. Our body. Well, that's not generic. Vertical stripes, what are they? This is all Comet. I gotta say, they all seem to. If you can afford. Yeah. So this Swift UI is this kind of new toolkit. It's kind of like, I don't know. I think of it as imitating some of the JavaScript style stuff, but you basically define these components, but you're defining them in Swift, and yeah, they're kind of like HTML pieces. It does some stuff automatically. So like if I put spacer, some object in spacer, it takes that into account and figures out, oh, you want that centered. And there's other stuff that kind of it does a lot of automatic layout with what you have, and that way when you shrink views and stuff like that, they've got a chance of managing. But the problem I'm having is usually people have defined other views, and I'm just trying to pass one in, and I'm not knowledgeable enough about how SwiftUI does things to know if that's even legal. I don't know. Normally, I can create an object that I can name here and do, but passing one as an argument, I don't know if I can. So I'm going to have to hit the documentation or the Mr. Google or Mr. DuckDuckGo. So SwiftUI view containing any view. Okay, they're not passing it. Oh, maybe this is any versus some. This is confusing to me. So some view says, I promise I return you a view of some sort. And it's sort of like saying, I'm going to give you a subclass and you'll accept it. But it kind of, it doesn't, like when you do the subclass thing, you're actually just treating it as the parent class. But with this, it keeps track of the class, and it eventually builds some very large type description that's like, oh, this is a HDEC containing an image followed by a text containing this, containing that. You know, it's very, very there. Oh, now maybe this. You want to store a property without knowing its type. Yes. Oh, okay. So it knows that. Content of view. Okay. Let's try something like that. Stroked. Where enter is a view. And I don't think it's any view. It's just a view. Okay, so that way it can plug in the whatever type we pass in. It can work with it. Okay, we no longer have to do that. For this of inner. Is that gonna work? Okay, thanks. Okay, let's stop that. Build that. Okay. So top line. Maybe this is icon line. I don't know, top line's okay. All right, so I want to use it down here, and it's this Z stack. So I want that thing to call top line. Name is view. Icon name is this. And that's my interview. Okay, I should get it twice. All right, so then I should be able to delete this one. All right, and this should run. Oh, but it does not. Oh, got a report. Okay. Yeah, and then let's use this same thing. I'm going to pull this out to a helper. All right. Text output view should not, well, it'll find it once it builds. Okay. Let's make sure tests are running. And the app runs and puts the report in. Okay. Let's commit. All right, so we kind of did two things. We did multiple things. Okay. Swap asset colors around, so sync is the sandy color. And we added a text output view to hold the output, and we created top line to install icon and center view in another view. And I learned that little generic trick to do it, so that's probably a good one to keep in mind. All right, and let's go take advantage of this for these other views. So Parsons Code view. We have the icon. So this is top line. Whoops. Top line name is Parsons Code, and the icon name is the wand and stars thing, and the center is this. I think that's the right place. Okay, this is going to look a little funny because I got extra spacers in here. Right. Okay. Put this here, just even though we're not using it at this moment. Okay. So I want the first one to go away. Now, this thing doesn't really have... I don't think I need either of these two. Okay. Let's run this. Yeah, we're getting our centered going. Okay. This is a little bit obnoxious, but I can extract an action method out. Let's do that. Okay. Action colon label. Or okay. There's another constructor. Let's really? Okay. Maybe a little more I want. Documentation. Switch by button. Text line label. Take this action. Okay, that's the one I want. Okay. All right. All right. That's nicer. I don't know. This is still a little deep. Oh, this can be. Let's let that reformat. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, top line, we add a button style. Put a foreground color on the top line. Okay. All right. Good. Well, I don't think we could have broken any tests. Nobody depends on these UI view classes. All right. Make Parsons code report. Well, it's the view. Use top line. Pulled out divot method. Okay, and then the last one is the quantizer. And this has the same deal. So that stuff. Okay, so this H stack, we're going to put the top line in. Top line name is source.name. And the center is the center is going to be this toggle. Well, this is going to go inside. Text field text. Okay. Yeah, that is a bit much. Well, I guess we can compare. Center is that toggle. Oh no, it was an H stack. Toggle, text field, text field. Yeah, okay. Well, where is the toggle? got it disabled somewhere here. Oh, okay, this is 2H stacks. That looks more promising. Oh, let's compare. Okay, H stack containing toggle. What else is in that H stack spacer? Okay, I think I gotta get rid of an H stack there somewhere. Oh no, this is that H stack, H stack. This one should be disabled. Weird. Well, let's make this done. Okay, he looks disabled. And now he's enabled, but he's not clicking. There's definitely a bug. What's going on? All right, let's revert. Okay. It may have even been broken before we started. No? Oh. Found what? Okay, almost above the Q. All right, so weird. Okay, so instead of the H stack, we're going to put our top line. Name is source.name. Icon name is source. Icon name in the center is some object. All right, now this let's take all this, put it in here. All right, and we'll preview. Should get double something. Yeah. Okay. Now, in here, we're going to take out this spacer. Is that the right one? Yeah. Okay, that's. Oops. All right, I'm a little confused. Let's comment out this one. I think maybe I got one too many. How do I have two icons? Okay. Z stack, rounded rectangle, corner, icon source name, center. This has the icon. We don't want that. Okay. Then H stack, quantize. Why is he not centered though? Oh, let's take this out. This color is wrong too. So rhythm. I think maybe this spacer's forcing it. There we go. Okay. Take these out. Oh, we gotta run it first. Oh, come on, where are you? There it is. Okay, I'll have to do some updates and see if I'm messed up because of that, but something's funny. Like, you should be clicking on this. That should do it. Same thing here. Okay. Yeah. Well, that does it. All right. So get all this commented stuff out. All right. Tests. And run one more time. Okay, quantize this text. I don't like this color. Okay. let's see, text. It must be the foreground color. Let's fix that. Text field. Should turn green. Oh. Let's override it. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I think so. Okay. That's looking good for now. Center controls on quantizer view. Quantizer view. Okay, and our to do, I'm a little behind. Split that. Okay, we did that. 22-39, November. And our title was Pipeline Model. Okay, I think let's do something. We want to make pipeline operate from a model. Okay, and we've got little pieces of it. We got source that provides its names. Oh, we should be using these. Yeah, let's use these in the others. Okay, source, transform, and sync. And I think with that we can start extending these models. So like I said, this thing should produce some sort of output, which I think is going to be tunes. It may be more than that, or it may grow to more than that. I'm not sure what to call the thing that's in the flow of the pipeline, but it's a packet or something. But it somehow must describe the stuff that's going on. And I think we need to carry a transform. A transform is really kind of a transform function, measure to measure. Maybe that's in the packet too. Okay, so I think we'll do something on those lines and go from there. We need a break first, so let's take 3 or 4 minutes and we'll come back and make this pipeline more pipeliney. All right, see you in a few. Welcome back. All right, so we got source here. Let's see who uses this. I think it was that one. Well, we use that name. Here's text input view. Yeah, that's a source. It came in. Right. Now we should be using transform here. Okay, good. And then Parsons code. Let's see where. That's quantizer. Do we have Parsons code view? Okay. Parsons code view. We're not using it there. Okay, so let's pass in source. Let's see content view. What does it do? Source is source. Source is quantizer. We need one here. Quantizer view should have a source. Okay. And we got a transform. And I think the report is kind of a transform. Parsons code report transform doesn't exist. Okay, let's make one. Okay, so that's the same information we're using in this thing directly. Where's my top line? Did we? Oh, there's top line. Okay. Yeah, we hard coded this name. Here. Okay, so source, nope. Yeah, that should be its own class. Where are you? Oh, you're not sorted. That's part of the problem. Quantizer. Oh, pipeline maybe? Yeah. Okay, Parsons code report. Transform. Okay. This. So this should come in. Here's content view. Parsons code report equals Parsons code report transform. Okay, that should work now. Yep. All right, and then it should come in as a source here. Parsons code report. Okay, and then this thing should have preview needs it. Okay, we got it there. Add it here. All right. That's good. I think there's somebody else that needs it. Errors. Extra argument source. Okay, somebody's catching up. Cannot convert value source to binding any transform. Ooh, guess I can do dollar source. Definitely should do dollar here. Parsons code report. Is that? Oh, I don't need it here. Oh, these are not sources. Okay. They shouldn't be bindings. Okay, Parsons code view. Okay, we're passing it in. Pass in Parsons code report transform. I don't know, these names are burying me. Okay, but what do we get out of that? Well, we no longer need this to come from here. We're going to take source.name and source.icon name. So this is the Parsons code. He should still have the valid source and everything. Okay, and let's just check our other ones. Text input view. Yep. Text output view we haven't played with yet. Something's got to happen there. And quantizer view. Setting view. Okay, source. And he's using that. All right. So this one. Okay, and now we're going to do the same thing for sync. Let me close. Well, we're going to make a sync one. And I'm not quite sure I'm got the right idea on this new file. Swift file, and it's text output sync. I think yeah, that's okay. And the name, let's see, where's our text output? Text output view, the name is view. Okay, text output sync. Now, Parsons our content view should access it. And then he should pass it. And we don't have that on the view. Do we need another one down here? Okay, we got everybody. Looks like we're missing one. I don't think that's an error. Text, there it goes. All right, let's run. Text output view. He's got his icon and name, so he's good. All right. Make text output view take async argument. And I think this will get further on. They may need to become bindings or states. I don't know, but right now, for now they're static, so it's okay. All right. Let's break this down a little. Make a pipeline operate from a model. Okay. So what I want to happen, and maybe I should just do the transform one. Maybe this should be like observable object or something. I don't know. All right, but what's going to happen on these? We need to pass. Well, where's our content view? So this, I want to hold this stuff. Basically, I want to hold those things in an array and somewhere that like something has to represent the sequence of the pipeline, that you start from the source and you go to the quantizer and you go to the report and then you go to the output. I don't know if distinguishing sources, sinks, and transforms is helpful enough. I'm kind of jumping the gun a little there. But I would like there to be. I would like to have an object that represents the pipeline. And I want you to say pipeline. I want you to say like pipeline.generate. And it does the stuff. And what it's going to do is ask each stage to transform the result from one thing to the next. Let's see if we can do that. I mean, I'm trying to extract an object out of this. Well, let's sorry. Maybe source sync and transform is too much. Let's handle that first. Oops. Where's, I just want to get to the word sync somewhere. Okay, sync. I'm going to say type alias source equal transform type alias sync equal transform. And I'm going to get these guys out of here. Eventually I'm going to get rid of them. I think I should just start with one thing. There's a thing. A pipeline has a bunch of them. All right, let's get our files here. Okay, so I would like to say in here, pipeline equals source quantizer Parsons code report and text output. Okay, that's a thing. Okay. I don't want to write the defer. All right. How do we relate these to their corresponding thing? That's the tricky one. Okay. Well, let's just say I had it. What would I need to do the thing? Oh boy. What do I want to do? I want to say, like that button, our current generate report button, I don't know if that should be where it is. Maybe I want to run the pipeline in that last stage. Where's my view for that? Text output. Yeah, maybe he needs the button. Let's mix him up a little. Scroll view reader. Scroll view. Put this back in here. Okay. I don't know, there's a better word for that, I am sure. How did we do that in the other one? Maybe do nothing. Okay, so let's preview that. Failed to build. Right. I think that's just a follow-on error. Okay. Text output view. I can't use that in here. Oh man. Okay, where's text output view? All right. Well, we're going to need all that formatting from the other one. Okay. I think we're okay. All right. So we simplified source sync to be aliases for transform, and we added button to output view. Okay, now what do I want to come through? Ugh. Well, maybe a transform is the right one to look at. Let's start with. Okay, where's source? Transform. Okay, to do your job, you need to take some input. He takes, I'm going to say tunes. And he produces I'm going to say input output. Let's let the generic stuff do its work for us, maybe. Input, and he produces an output. So give me an input, I'll produce an output. Must declare in the protocol transform or protocol it inherits. Oh, how do you do that? Associated type. input equals what? Just type alias. I know I went through some of this a little bit before. Okay, and this doesn't need to give us a body. Okay, that I think will still build. No. Code report transform does not. Oh, it doesn't specify its types. Okay, and it doesn't have the function. Okay, the input is tunes. The output is text, string. And what does it need? Protocol stubs. Yeah, I need the do it method. Okay. Give me tunes. I'll give you a string. All right, let's go find where that happens in his view right now. So I'm trying to move this out of the view. We had to do it. Well, he needs a bunch of information. We're going to quantize map is measure to measure. So let's go to quantizer. And I'm going to rename this tunes measure map. Does not conform. Oh, the input has to match. a type for this eventually. I guess I'm spiking my way into it. What's your problem? No, I think that's... Do it. Tunes measure. Okay, that one's happy. Parsons code view of transform. I think he's... We'll try any. I don't think that's really going to work. Well, what do I know? Quantizer transform. Okay. Oh, I have to add so much stuff to get somewhere. Boy. Text input source does not conform. Source. Text output sync, yeah. I think he needs a type. Well, let's take that for now. There must be another one. Sync, yeah. Source. Any source. It's like I just want to get back to compiling again, and I'm gonna have to change all these things to do that. Let's define a class, a type packet. Type alias packet equal tunes measure to measure, and this is packet. Okay, I'm gonna be using that around. Okay, this should be packet. Text output sync. These do not conform. Yes, that's a real issue. Okay, so let's make them conform. Okay, input is packet. Output is packet. And he needs to do it. Okay, he's just going to be a null transform for now. Output sync does not conform. Okay. Well, you can see why I want sync to not have to do anything, but let's make him do this. We'll just return it for now. Okay. Build from scratch. Report does not conform to transform. Just measure map. Protocol subs. What am I missing? Tunes packet. Do it of packet. This may be overkill because it may not even work. I don't think I can. I don't think I can make a pipeline with different input and output types. Unfortunately. Return. Let's rename that. Okay, build. Run. Don't know who's going to do what. Nobody's calling do it yet, so I guess it doesn't matter. That's still doing it. X1, T test, keep G, CBC, CBA. Okay. All right. So we've introduced packet, added do it to the transform protocol, but don't yet call it. So do it. Okay, let's find one of these. All right, this will do. It wouldn't hurt to take it from source to bottom. Okay, so do it is going to give me tech tunes. No, this is where I want the types to vary. I'm not sure there's an easy way to do it. Okay. What I really want to say is input is nothing, right? Because on this, I'm supposed to find this stuff for you. Now, where do I get it? That's tricky. I mean, I would even like to say input is void. But if you gave me an empty packet, I'd be fine, I guess. It's like I need to know the input string to do it. Okay. This I will leave. Okay, let's give it a constructor. I don't know. This is a quick experiment. Have we checked in? Yes. Okay. So let's give it init. And well, actually, let's just give it text input source. That's tied to our particular one. Okay. He needs binding var text input. What do we call it? Where's content view? Input. Unknown attribute. I gotta. What's my import? Swift UI? That feels unfortunate. Text input source. Now, why does he need initializers? All right, well, let's say init. Input of binding of string self dot underscore input equals input. Right? Sure, I can add that. All right. So I'm saying this thing, it's kind of, well, it needs access to binding. I don't know. This maybe we're observable object or something, but I'm saying if somebody created this, now there should be complaints because nobody's passing in input to this. Okay, source equals text input. Let's move these down. Okay, I'll just run and make sure nothing's crashing. Nobody's using it yet again. X1, T test, key G. All right, generate report. So, okay. So what I want to happen is what this should do, it should be responsible for the ABC parser bit. Okay. And I think ABC parser is not alive in the content view. Just the errors. Okay. I mean, there's more and more state that's got to be passed around. I was hoping to get some sort of pipeline that would take, that I could put different ones in each one. So I could, as long as I could enforce that the packet coming from A going to B was compatible with B's input, then it's okay. All right. I'm going to try moving this in. Well, let's see if we can make, okay, this is good so far. So make text input work with pipeline packets. Okay, he's not doing anything so far, but we're not calling him either. All right, only got a couple of minutes. Let me sketch instead of do. I want to say Parsons Code View is the thing that has all these steps. But these steps, create the parser and find the tunes, that's really the business of the text input source we were just working on. Okay, text input source. I think these two lines should be in here. That's what do it means to read an input, is to go look at the input, parse it, and see what happens. And then the other thing is the parser is the guy who knows the errors. So my errors need to be part of that as well, and this line should be as well. Let's move this up. Okay, and run it. We'll put some intentional errors in and make sure they still flow through, but nobody looks at them other than that. So X1 G key G. Right, we didn't put a title in. That's illegal. This should still show the errors. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're going to pick up there. So let's say what we're going to do. Make text input source, do the parsing, let generate report call it's do it. All right, I think that'll be enough of a trigger tomorrow. Tomorrow, the same time as always, it's 1 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC, and we will pick up here and see if we can get this pipeline turned from a visual thing to the real thing. All right, thanks for joining. Hope I catch you again in the future. Take care.